The G mindset, a term used to describe a mindset driven by greed, grasping, and the pursuit of material gain, has been associated with numerous problems and negative consequences in our society. When we examine the teachings of Zen Buddhism, particularly the principles of dualism and other core tenets, we can gain valuable insights into the issues arising from such a mindset. One of the fundamental teachings of Zen Buddhism is the recognition of non-dualism or the inherent interconnectedness of all things. Zen emphasizes the understanding that everything in existence is interconnected and interdependent, and that the boundaries we perceive between ourselves and the world around us are ultimately illusory. This understanding stands in stark contrast to the G mindset, which often operates on the premise of separateness and self-centeredness. The G mindset tends to view the world in terms of dualities, dividing experiences into categories of good or bad, success or failure, and self or other. This dualistic perspective creates a divisive and competitive mindset, leading to a range of problems. In pursuit of material gain, individuals driven by the G mindset often prioritize their personal interests over collective well-being, resulting in social inequality, exploitation, and a disregard for the environment. Moreover, the G mindset fosters an insatiable desire for acquisition and accumulation, constantly seeking external validation and material possessions as sources of happiness and fulfillment. This attachment to material gain creates a cycle of dissatisfaction and discontent, as the pursuit of more and more often fails to bring lasting satisfaction. Zen Buddhism teaches that true contentment lies not in the accumulation of external possessions, but in cultivating an inner state of peace and harmony through mindfulness and awareness of the present moment. Another key aspect of Zen Buddhism is the emphasis on letting go of attachments and desires. Zen masters often speak of the importance of non-attachment, recognizing that our attachment to desires and clinging to outcomes can lead to suffering. The G mindset, on the other hand, promotes a constant striving for more, driven by the belief that acquiring more possessions or achievements will bring happiness and fulfillment. This mindset can lead to a perpetual state of dissatisfaction and anxiety, as the focus is always on what is lacking rather than appreciating and finding contentment in the present moment. Furthermore, the G mindset tends to prioritize external validation and status over inner growth and self-awareness. It fosters a culture of comparison and competition, where one's worth is often measured by material success or social standing. This focus on external markers of success can lead to a neglect of personal well-being and a lack of fulfillment, as individuals may find themselves trapped in an endless pursuit of recognition and validation from others. Zen Buddhism offers an alternative perspective, encouraging individuals to turn inward and cultivate self-awareness and self-compassion. Through practices such as meditation and mindfulness, Zen teachings promote the development of a deeper understanding of oneself and one's place in the interconnected web of existence. This inner exploration can lead to a shift in mindset, away from the G mindset's emphasis on external validation and material gain, towards a more balanced and harmonious way of living. In conclusion, the G mindset, characterized by greed, grasping, and a focus on material gain, can have detrimental effects on both individuals and society as a whole. Drawing upon the teachings of Zen Buddhism, particularly the principles of non-dualism, non-attachment, and self-awareness, we can recognize the problems arising from this mindset and seek a more balanced and fulfilling way of life. By embracing the interconnectedness of all things and letting go of attachments, we can cultivate a mindset that values contentment, inner growth, and the well-being of all beings. The G mindset often promotes egoism and self-centeredness. Individuals driven by this mindset prioritize their own desires, ambitions, and interests above those of others. This self-centered approach can lead to a disregard for the needs and well-being of others, resulting in a lack of empathy and compassion. In contrast, Zen Buddhism emphasizes the importance of selflessness and interconnectedness. Zen teachings encourage individuals to cultivate compassion and extend their care and concern beyond the self, fostering a sense of unity and harmony within society. Another problem associated with the G mindset is pride and arrogance. The pursuit of material gain and external validation often fuels a sense of superiority and the need to be seen as better or more successful than others. This attitude can create divisions and conflict. as individuals compete for recognition and dominance. Zen Buddhism emphasizes humility and the recognition of our shared humanity. It teaches that true wisdom lies in acknowledging our limitations and interconnectedness, rather than in bolstering our ego through external achievements. The G mindset also tends to perpetuate a culture of consumerism and excess. In a society driven by this mindset, there is a constant pressure to acquire and consume more, leading to overconsumption, waste, and environmental degradation. Zen Buddhism teaches the principle of simplicity and the importance of mindful consumption. By cultivating an awareness of our true needs and practicing moderation, we can reduce our impact on the environment and find contentment in sufficiency rather than endless accumulation. Additionally, the G mindset often promotes a narrow view of success and happiness, primarily focused on external markers such as wealth, status, and power. This limited definition of success can lead to a sense of emptiness and disillusionment when individuals achieve these goals but still find themselves unfulfilled. Zen Buddhism offers an alternative perspective, highlighting the importance of inner peace, wisdom, and the cultivation of a compassionate heart as essential elements of a meaningful and fulfilling life. Lastly, the G mindset tends to reinforce a sense of separation and isolation. The competitive and self-centered nature of this mindset can lead to a breakdown of social cohesion and a lack of trust among individuals. Zen Buddhism emphasizes the interconnectedness of all beings and the interdependence of our actions. By embracing this perspective, we can foster a sense of community and cooperation, working together for the well-being of all. In conclusion, the G mindset gives rise to various negative consequences, including egoism, pride, lack of empathy, consumerism, and a limited understanding of success and happiness. By incorporating the teachings of Zen Buddhism, we can challenge and transcend these problems, cultivating a mindset that values interconnectedness, compassion, simplicity, and a holistic understanding of well-being.